the idea for the exhibition originated after we received the Friedberg collection in the 1990s, and this was such an impressive collection that people thought that it would be wonderful to have an exhibition. But for various reasons, this was not feasible until quite recently. And this meant that we were able to include items from other collections that we've received and other important items that we've acquired over the years. And so the exhibition includes much more material than what's in the Friedberg collection, although the Friedberg is still the core of the exhibition. The earliest Hebrew writings were on scrolls. Now, we don't have any Dead Sea Scrolls in our collections, but we do have Torah scrolls, and Torah scrolls were written, began to be written in the Second Temple period, and haven't changed that much over the years. There's very strict rules of how to write them, and we have on display two Torah scrolls, one from the late 19th century and one from the 18th century, as well as a 20th century example of a Samaritan Pentateuch. And the Samaritans were an early sect that broke off from the Israelite people in the Second Temple period, and they're the only group that still used the ancient Paleo-Hebrew script, and so it's quite interesting to look at an example of the Torah written in that script. And the second case continues the biblical theme. We have several biblical manuscripts on display from later in the Middle Ages, mostly from the 14th and 15th centuries, and as well as a commentary by Rashi, the greatest Jewish exegete of all time, also from the 14th century, and an important manuscript of the Book of Roots, Hebrew grammar book by David Kimchi. And then in the third case, we have some legal texts, different examples of important legal texts from the Middle Ages, as well as a few liturgical texts, prayer books, and collections of religious poetry from the Middle Ages, and all of these items from the Friedberg collection. And then the fourth case represents the transition from manuscript to print, and that's when we, there I included a number of examples of our incunabula collection. We have 21 Hebrew incunabula in our collection, and I've included one example from each country in which Hebrew incunabula were printed: Italy, Turkey, Spain, and Portugal. And then the fifth case focuses on Jewish life in the early modern period. Three religious works, an illustrated Haggadah from 1629, quite large and elaborately decorated, as well as two manuscripts which show that Jews still continue to produce manuscripts even after even during the age of printing. And so we have a beautiful little miniature manuscript of blessings for special occasions. And one of the images from that is used on our poster. And then there's another little scroll which was written for use on the eve of Shavuot, and includes excerpts from the Torah, which could be read during the course of an evening. And then the rest of the case includes other works of more secular nature, historical and philosophical works, just to show the variety of interests that Jews had in that period, and their growing interest in the outside world and in science and history. And then the next two cases focus on Jewish-Christian relations in the early modern period. And in the sixth case, the highlight, and one of the highlights of the exhibition, is the Alba Bible, which is a remarkable manuscript. We have a facsimile of it, which is one of the most beautiful manuscripts ever produced. It's a biblical manuscript which is richly illuminated. It's just a beautiful, beautiful piece. And that, and then other items in these two cases are examples of Christian Hebraism. There was a great interest in Jews and Judaism among Christians at this time, and some of them were still displayed antagonism to Jews and were interested in converting them to Christianity, while others were just genuinely interested and tried to describe Jewish religion and history in a very scientific and objective way. And the illustrations in some of these works are quite revealing and important for the study of Jewish history at this time. And then the last case on the main floor, I've devoted to more exotic aspects of early modern Judaism, including Sabbateanism, Charism, Jews in India and China.